Look up from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more. Lay me down behind the moon, tell me you'll be on real soon. I don't wanna wait no more.
Hello, and welcome to our weird podcast that we're going to be recording starting from today. I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Amisha. So we're both rising sophomores at Rutgers University, New Brunswick, and I guess we're here to talk about Rutgers, like what our experiences this year and what we're doing right now, I guess.
To give you some background, I am a CS major and an international global studies minor.
And I've changed my major like 300 times, but currently I'm a double major in planning and public policy and geography. I don't even know if that's possible, but we're just going with that right now.
Yeah, like sometimes we just go with it and we just don't really know.
Sometimes you just change your major every week because
Yeah,
that's just how it's just fun, you know?
yeah.
Great. Okay.
So
Moving on.
essentially, it's just we're trying to make a podcast talking about specifically Rutgers because we attend Rutgers, and I thought this would be cool to share stuff with everyone out there. Because I remember when I was going into Rutgers that summer before starting school, I was looking for everything on YouTube, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. And I feel like if we make an in-depth podcast about it, maybe this will help someone out there, you know?
Yeah, like same here. There's so many videos about like what you should bring to college and all that, and like how you should pack for your dorm and stuff. But I was looking for like Rutgers specific things, and there weren't really that many videos about like Rutgers itself. It's just like general college stuff, and it would have been nice to like I guess kind of know like the specifics. I mean, you kind of learn as you go, but still, it's like nice to have something to like I don't know, just know.
Yeah. I mean, also, we're in like quarantine right now, so we don't really have much to do. And
Exactly. We're kind
if
of
we
bored.
have if we have dumb conversations or insightful conversations, maybe other people would like to hear that.
Maybe. We'll
Maybe
find out.
that's the hope that maybe like one person will hear us.
Maybe it'll just be the friends that we like blackmail into listening to this.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I don't have that many friends, but maybe those two friends that I have,
Tiffany, we have the same
including
friends.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
let's get into it. Let's just get into
get into it.
So this is just an introduction to our future podcast. So we're just going to talk more in general and what we've been up to and that kind of stuff. How did you feel? How do you feel? Like literally we finished finals like how many weeks ago?
I
2,
think
3?
3. No.
Yeah. Cuz
3.
right now it's near the end of May and we finished finals in the beginning of May.
Yeah. That was kind of a crazy time. It probably would have been way different if we were actually on campus, but it's done.
How were your finals?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like forgot everything as soon as it was over, you know? So I don't have
No,
to clutter my
honestly, same.
mind.
Same.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We had like 2 rounds of exams during quarantine. Like we had midterms.
You had
And
2? I had like a second midterm and then a third midterm. And then I had
oh, really?
finals. Yeah.
I had like a couple exams like right after spring break and then finals. But I guess it just depends on the class though. I mean, like my finals went well, in the end, but yeah, mostly I'm just glad they're done.
I feel like I like taking finals at school, but taking them out of school, like online, definitely took a lot of the pressure off because I didn't feel pressured at all and I wasn't stressed. Okay, no, scratch that. I was stressed, but I was just like, whatever, they're grades. Like, who cares what happens? I don't know.
Oh, speaking of that, like honestly, my viewpoint on grades kind of changed like during college.
Mm,
But yeah, because like in high school, I was always like, oh, if I don't get an A, that's bad, right?
yeah.
But like now that I'm in college, and like obviously it's like harder in college because it's college. But like now that like I'm in college, it's like I just like being able to learn the stuff, and it's like that's more important to me now than like whatever grade I'm getting, because you know grades are just like, that's not the point of education, right? Maybe that's the point of like the education system, but you know, like if you're actually thinking about it, education is just to learn. I guess, I don't know, I kind of like adopted that mindset more over this year, but
No,
yeah.
yeah, I agree. I think I mean, 100% education isn't about the grades, it's about what you've been learning. But I just grades aren't as important to me right now. I mean, they're important. It's like I don't want my GPA to fall, but I think especially
Yeah, for
because
sure.
we can't see our actual letter grade throughout the semester. We only see it at the end. I'm just like, as long as my grades are doing okay, like I think I'm doing okay, then it's
Yeah,
whatever.
same. Cause like this semester, I was like, I had like some difficult classes. Like I knew I wasn't gonna get like an A plus in it, you know, 100 and everything. But I was kind of fine with that because like I was interested in the material, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And yeah, not like seeing the actual letter grades like we used to be able to do in high school. I think that kind of was helpful because I wasn't like stressing about that. I was just stressing about, oh, I need to know the information, like just to know the information, not because it's gonna boost my grade up. Obviously, like I want my like grade to be good,
Hmm.
but yeah, it's not like all consuming or something
You know the
anymore.
one thing I hate?
What?
I hate when professors don't put in the grades because one of my professors didn't put in the grades until like a few days before grades were due. So
Like
I didn't
any
know
of them?
my she put in like a few assignments in the beginning of the semester, and then she stopped putting in grades at all. And then the few days before final grades were due, she put
Like
all of
dumped
them
all of
in.
them?
Yeah, she dumped all of
Yeah,
them
that
in.
makes
And
it,
I was
that
just
does make
like,
it
I didn't
stressful.
know if my grade was okay throughout the semester. I just be like, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, it's like it takes up the pressure, but on the other hand, it also adds more pressure because you're like, am I like really bad, or like, do I need to fix something or what? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's really annoying. Especially when
But
they do it like during finals time because you're already stressed about finals
mhm.
and you're like trying to study your butt off, and then like the professor dumps 5 million assignments and you're like, oh, I need to be studying harder. That's pretty
I've had the
crazy.
mindset that I need to study harder, but have I been doing that?
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know. I like the concept of learning and the concept of studying, but
Oh my god,
actually
yeah, I
doing
feel
that,
that.
actually doing that, I
I've
don't
had such
know.
a weird relationship with studying, like not just in college, like my whole academic career, because I kind of like, maybe this is bad to say, I like don't study. Like I don't really study. Like I'll have a test. Like imagine I have a test tomorrow. I'll be like, oh, okay, I need to go over stuff, and I do it. But that's just like me reading my notes.
Yeah.
And whether I absorb it or not, like that just, I guess, depends on the situation at the moment. Like
Hmm.
I don't know. And then I always like end up kind of okay.
No, you know what
Not
I
not the
hate?
best.
This is
What?
this is another one of my things that I hate. I just have a long list of those. I like how it's the second thing I hate in the video. Um, but it's when I literally don't study. Like I just study for 30 minutes for a test, right? And then I go in to take the test, and I'm sitting there, and I see, I'm gonna throw out names. Naroop studied her ass off for this test, right? And then I literally tell her, I'm like, I didn't study for this, and she's like, no, I know you studied for it, and
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god, she
I,
does do that.
no, yeah,
You know, I think we should just turn this into a like we hate Naruto podcast, because I'm just gonna add on to that complaint. You know, when I bring up like, oh, I think I'm gonna do bad in this, or like something
yeah,
like, oh, I know I could have done better, I didn't do as good, or like whatever.
yeah,
And she's always like, no, you'll do it, you'll get it, which is like, okay, nice, thank you for the encouragement, but also like chill. If I didn't do well, I didn't do well, you know?
yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
accept it.
She's like
She's
way too
always like
optimistic.
way too optimistic and too like hopeful for us.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
she
like,
needs to
where do you
accept that her
find
friends are not as smart as her. Like we're
where do
kind
you
of dumb.
find that glimmer of hope? I don't see it. I really don't.
It's because she's like a genius, so you know, she just hopes that we are too. She doesn't want to accept that we're like below average or just below average, like her average, which is like
Yeah.
perfect. No hate, she's great, but also we hate her. This is what the podcast is
I
about.
think we just bond over hating people and our
Especially
failures
her
in life.
Specifically,
Specifically her
we
food.
genuinely hate this person. This is a cyberbullying podcast.
Do we genuinely hate her?
I don't know. We could reflect on that in future episodes, maybe. Okay, I think we went out of
Okay,
on topic.
okay, no. This is the thing with podcasts though, is I like when people say their own personal stories and stuff so I can feel connected, but also I don't know what they're talking about half the time.
That's okay.
Like at some point is it considered an interview, or is it like a conversation between people, or is it like
Your
like
inner monologue,
my inner monologue? Yeah.
basically.
Like I don't know what it is, but it's nice to hear people talk. So
It's just not nice when it's yourself who's talking,
yeah,
and then all you hear is yourself.
because now I think is I sound really dumb right now. I
I
sound
know,
like
right?
I don't know what I'm doing. Reflection on freshman year, our first year at Rutgers University. How do you feel?
It was like such a huge change, like lifestyle wise, It's such a like different experience being in college versus being in like high school,
Yeah.
because your like everyday life is so different. But honestly, like I don't think I had that much of a hard time like adjusting to that. What about you? Like, was it hard for you?
I think in the beginning, definitely it was hard because I remember the first few weeks, all I could think about was when is the weekend gonna come? Because I want to go back home and see my dogs. But then, like at some point, I was just like, I actually genuinely like spending time on campus, and then
Yeah.
being in close proximity with my friends. I was just a completely new lifestyle.
Yeah, that part is so different because like yeah, we live in the same town as our friends and stuff, but we don't really like you have to like make plans and like stick
Yeah.
to them like hardcore to meet up and hang out with friends like when you're
Yeah.
in your hometown. But it
Also,
was so
like,
easy on campus.
quick disclaimer, we're really Asian.
Different,
So,
yeah.
so then, like, coming from my lifestyle in high school, where the reason why I wouldn't meet up with my friends or any of that is because, one, it's a hassle because I have to ask my parents, I have to get
Yeah,
transportation,
yeah,
I have
yeah.
to do all this stuff. And then a second thing is I have Asian parents, so I have to tell them every single thing that we're doing
Mm-hmm.
or where we're going and where we're meeting up, who I'm meeting, all of
Like
that.
social security number of the people, like everything.
What's their DNA, their blood type? Tell me now.
Height, like weight, eye color, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So then coming to college, it's so different because everything's just like there.
You have so
It's
much
so easy.
freedom,
So much
basically.
freedom. It's crazy.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, if that part was like probably one of the biggest changes. Well, I guess so. Like socially, that was like the biggest
Mm-hmm.
change because yeah, I have to. Not that my parents are strict like that, they're like you have to tell us every single thing, but like I feel obligated to.
Yeah.
So when I'm at home, obviously, like I'm like, oh, can I go? Like I ask permission for everything, but I didn't need to do that when I was on campus because they went there,
Mm-hmm.
and like luckily, my parents like trust me enough to be like every time I would leave home and go back to campus, all my dad would say to me is like, make wise choices. So I'd be like, okay.
Oh, that's
So
so nice.
yeah, and I'm like, I don't know what they think I do on campus, but I don't like go crazy or anything. But like, that was just like a thing that still like clung to me that I have to like ask permission for stuff, which is why it was like weird when I was on campus. Oh, I can just go to a different campus, like
Mhm.
if I want to, like if I decide to.
Yeah, and I think that's the great thing about college is just the independence and freedom we get, and then understanding that we have to balance our life on our own.
Yeah, because like I think there's like this idea that I don't know, maybe a lot of parents might have this idea that like they're scared that once their kid goes to college, like all the freedom, they're just gonna go crazy with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for the most part, at least based on like people I know and like myself, that wasn't the case for me because I wasn't like, oh, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. Like it also kind of taught me to like I have to be responsible enough to do this and like be safe and like, you know, stay focused on academics and
Mhm.
stuff.
Which I also think is why I was so glad that so many of our friends, like our entire friend group goes to Rutgers. So
Basically, yeah.
so I was so glad that we all went to Rutgers together, because not only can I see everyone grow, but it's also like I could feel safer with everyone because I know everyone's tendencies. And then
Yeah, and
I
it's
don't
nice to
think
have
that I like, if you meet the wrong people, you're going to make the wrong decisions. But since we came in with the right people, it wasn't as bad.
like we already knew that they were like
Yeah,
the
we're
right people or like
wholesome.
good people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know about
mean, you
wholesome.
know,
We're
we
like
could that's arguable, but
we're like, I
I
don't
guess
know.
like in general, like us and like the people we're friends with, we're not like irresponsible people.
Yeah, like we know
Or
our boundaries.
or yeah, because some people do have trouble with that, or maybe they're like unfamiliar or like uncomfortable, and that can lead to like it's not always their fault, like not like that, but you know it's just like difficult to adjust.
Yeah.
But I think that we were lucky in that year, like that we came in already knowing so many people and like being comfortable with so many people on campus that it
Yeah.
was like it wasn't too difficult, I guess.
What a smooth transition to transitioning to online classes. How do you feel about online classes, Anisha?
I have one word, which is bad.
I felt
I
that.
could use a stronger word, but I think we'll just keep this PG-13, you know? I just want to say, first of all, that I would much rather be online than people like being at risk, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
So I'm not like, I don't want to complain like that, like in that sense. Because like I'm, you know, I'm grateful that we were able to move like relatively smoothly online and that like people weren't hurt or like affected or anything. Because, you know, some schools are like kind of going crazy and not
Yeah, I
listening.
think Rutgers did a pretty good job transitioning to online classes, even though it was really
it was
rocky.
it was a pretty quick response, yeah,
Yeah.
which I'm glad about. So
Yeah.
like that part, you know, I'm not like complaining that oh no, like I don't care if people have the virus, I want to be on my on campus. No, that's stupid. But I do think that me personally, like I don't think I learned well online.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I
Because I
mean,
think online classes require a lot of
self.
self-discipline.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and I don't think I have that because
Who does? That's the
when that's
question.
so
Who
true
does?
actually. Because like on campus it was easier because like oh okay I have class at this time so I'll get up at this time and then like physically go to class, so it kind of like forces you right
Mm-hmm.
to do stuff. But now like I'm just at home, I'm in my room all day, and you're telling me that I have to like open my laptop when I could
That's
just lay in my
crazy.
bed.
It's the worst thing you could ever do, opening your laptop.
And I
Wow.
really had no motivation
Mm-hmm.
like or desire to do any schoolwork, and it didn't even bother me, and I was like who am I thought I wanted to be good at school, but I guess not.
No, yeah, I agree. Just physically having classes made me leave my dorm, get ready, and then leave my dorm.
Or you know, you could do the other way too.
I do the other way, yeah. But because I'm on a different campus for my class, I would have to do something within the hour before my next class. So I had the structure that I had that I don't have at home, because at home sometimes we don't even have lectures. Like some professors don't
That's
have
the
lectures,
thing.
so they
That
just
was
like
such a
give us
huge
something
thing.
and they're like, "Here you go. You should learn." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That really like messed it up for me. Like I know that it's not always possible for professors to have their classes at that time every week or whatever.
Yeah, and I agree, because
Um,
it's hard, but also there's people that, like international students, they can't even be awake during that time because
yeah.
different time
No,
zone.
but honestly, like that, because okay, so some of my professors did keep that. Like we would have a Zoom meeting or something at the
Mhm.
time that like we normally would have class on campus that we would meet,
Mhm.
which was like okay, it was fine because I was never like willing to skip those because usually the teacher could or the professor could see, so you know, like I'm held accountable if I skip
Yeah.
a lecture. Um,
Were those attendance-based lectures or no?
well, okay, so one of them it was a really small class, so the professor could like see everybody who was there and who wasn't there. So like I just went to every class, of course. And then the other one, the teacher or the professor was kind of emphasized attendance.
Mm.
So like I made sure not to miss that. Plus that was like a really lecture heavy course.
Mm.
Yeah, and then I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, structure. Like I realized after we went online that the structure that like campus life gave me was what made it like possible to, like go to class, do my work, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that we were at home, it was just like this sticky puddle of like classes everywhere. And like I don't know what to do first, or like I just don't know what to do. And I was like, what the heck? And then some professors just gave like just posted lectures or work to do or material online, and we never had any like meetings or anything. And obviously I had no motivation at all to like open those up because it's not like I had a time limit. So basically I just like did all that right before my exam, which was a bad idea.
Yeah, that's why like I kind of miss high schools because high school had so much more structure where you
Yeah, I
had
feel that.
hour after hour of classes and then you go home and you do your homework or that kind of stuff. And then now that we're in college, college is less structure, but it's also good because you have more freedom on what you can do, what classes you take, when you want to take your classes, so it fits more or aligns to your lifestyle. We have more freedom, but we still have that structure. So then once we switch to online, it's just gone. It's gone. Because I don't know, I liked my structure at college and I was finally getting used to it because I would have this is when I had work, this is when I had class. After class I study and then I meet up with someone for lunch. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
this is my outline for each day and every single day of the week I had something to do.
That's a big thing. Like I had something to do. Like whether it
Yeah.
was class or like hanging out with somebody or studying or like I don't know, watching Netflix or something. But everything was like had a place like
Mhm.
on campus. But like
And now
now
that we're
everything's
at
just at
home,
home. I'm
and
like,
now
yeah, I
that
have things to do. I have like a bajillion chores that I have not started, and like,
I think it's
you
different
know,
because it's also I don't know, I
at
don't feel
home.
as motivated because it's just me myself. I'd be so motivated to like clean the room and do all of that because friend C also lived with me.
Hey, you know what? You can just say the name.
because because Connie lived with me, so like because I have a roommate, I have to be aware of my surroundings and I have to clean and I have
Yeah.
to be a certain type of way. And then I also have to make sure that I looked nice appearance wise. I mean, I don't look nice, but at least like okay enough that I can go out in public. And now that I'm at
Cause yeah,
home,
we were outside a lot of the time. Like even
we're
to get food or
outside.
something, you had to go out.
Even if you're just walking to the bathroom, I mean, not I don't, your dorm's different, but my
Yeah,
dorm,
it
we
was
have
similar.
people in our hallway, so I can see people and they can see me and they have eyeballs. And what if I look gross and they're gonna see me looking gross? Like I can't
So
have
like that fear made me wanna. Yeah,
that.
no,
So
I feel that though. Yeah.
having that constant pressure made me more productive. And then now that I'm at home,
And I like the
I
cleaning my room thing. Yeah, I totally feel that, especially because like when we were in the dorms, me and my roommate, we always try to keep our dorm like super neat, and it really was. And it
mhm,
was like clean and everything. But it was easy for me to want to do that because everything in there was either my stuff or like my roommate's things. And like we had like two separate sides, right? So everything was organized and it was so easy to keep like to have a place for everything and keep it there. But like at home, my family is kind of like everybody's things is everywhere. Like
uh-huh.
half of my room is like my sister's room and like I don't even know.
Like the only things in my room that are mine is my desk, my bed, my clothes. That's it.
Yeah, like my bookshelf, okay, that's cool. My desk, but like my mom uses this desk sometimes. My sister uses it for her like middle school classes or whatever. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like my entirely my space. Not that like I don't want to sound like pretentious, but it's just that it's easier when it's
Mhm.
your own space to
Yeah.
want to keep it clean. Because like I don't want to like move my sister's clothes or whatever. Like she should be doing that.
Yeah. I agree.
Exams have been done for like 3 weeks, so we're kind of floating now until next semester starts in September.
You're not taking summer classes, right?
No, not
Mm,
officially, but
what do you
I,
mean?
like that website.
Ah,
I mean,
mm,
actually, I haven't even opened that website, but like, I want to, like, I
yeah.
want to learn stuff. But again, I have no motivation to do anything when nobody's like forcing me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel? Okay, so like for me, so finals week was like crazy, and for my finals, it was like 4 consecutive days of of exams, and
Mm,
some of them were like since they were all online, when some of my professors put them up on like one day, and they would close the next day. So I had like all the time that I would work on the exam for those days,
yeah.
like nonstop.
Yeah.
Literally for 3 days, I was just sitting at my desk. And obviously before that was like classwork and stuff. And then after my last exam, I submitted it, and then suddenly like I had nothing to do, and it felt like you're walking along something, and then it's just like a cliff, and then you drop because you have nothing else. And it kind of felt like that. So like now I'm just like I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I was
you have a job.
slowly, I have a job, but I was slowly wavering
Yeah.
like throughout the end of the semester where I would just do the assignments and then I'd go to only one of my classes lectures. So I took 4 or 5 classes and I only went to one lecture out of all of those classes. And then I was just like, what I do is I just like study the slides for the other classes and stuff, and then I
Mhm.
just do the assignments. Once I'm done with the assignments, I'm just gonna go watch YouTube, do something else. So I was slowly wavering off of my study life and my school life,
Yeah.
and then during finals week, I started working. So
Yeah.
like I completely switched off of school because it wasn't really on my radar, and I would work and then I'd study for my finals. But even like my finals weren't consecutive like yours. They were more of it was kind of
Like spread out.
consecutive. It was a little bit more spread out because I only had 3 exams. So I
Yeah.
had one that was a essay exam, and then I had my math exam and my CS exam, which were like 3 hours each. And
Mm.
after I finished that, I would just chill out. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was already slowly moving into summer break and moving into um I'm gonna be doing nothing every day life.
I mean, yeah, even during school, it's not like all I did was like schoolwork 24/7.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, like I wasted a lot of time and I procrastinated and like watched TV and all that stuff. But like, still, I don't know. Just to me, it felt like an abrupt change.
Mm.
It probably shouldn't have felt like that though, because it's not like even during school, I kind of was doing nothing every day.
No, because the thing is, like,
But still, yeah.
I had a friend, and we were
Mm.
talking about how because our we both had our CS final, and then after we took it, he was like, "Did summer break hit you yet?" And I'm like, "Nope, it hasn't hit me yet. Like, I don't feel like school has ended, and even right now, no, right now
Yeah.
I feel like school has ended, but as it's eased in, because usually what I feel is after something has ended, I don't feel it until a few days later, and it just
Mm.
hits me all of a sudden. But here it was like a gradual
Like
hit,
hit.
a gradual hit. Yes, dogs.
Yeah, and like now I don't really like I've just been watching a lot of Netflix. Like me and my sister started watching Avatar. We're basically binging that every single day. And that's what I've been doing.
I still need to start watching Avatar. Oh my god.
I really do. I
I need
can't
to
like
physically get myself downstairs and turn on the TV to watch it. But that's so much work.
oh yeah, that is a lot of work.
Do you still feel like you're a college student?
I don't even know how to answer that, honestly. Like I'm in college, but that's it for me.
Do you feel like you're a college student?
I mean, yeah, I don't feel like I'm a high school student, you know? Like I don't feel like that anymore emotionally, physically.
Yeah, I think me, I feel like, yeah, I'm definitely not a high school student because high school is the cringiest time of my life.
God,
But
I wish I could I kind of wish I could redo all 4 years of high school so I could not act so ridiculously.
But then now I'm also like, I think I align with being a college student, but I don't feel like a college student because we're stuck at home and I can't do anything.
I don't know. I like being on campus was just like so different, I guess, than being at home. And I really I liked that because being at home is something that I'm so used to. So it was just nice to have something different, like my lifestyle to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I mind being at home, I like being at home, but still, it's just kind of boring now.
I'm just thinking about how many months we're gonna spend at home.
Yeah,
And what am I gonna do in those months? I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be
I miss
working, but
going out. Like I had before like we knew about the virus and everything. I literally had so many plans. Like I was like, 2020 is the year I'm finally gonna start like traveling like by myself. I'm gonna do it.
what
And then
really?
yeah, cause I just wanted to
What traveling?
like anywhere. You know the train station. Like there's a train station on campus, right? And I thought,
Mm.
oh, like I have that available to me, so why don't I use that resource and like I don't know, I can go to the city and like just
Mm.
just like spend time. I don't know, cause like I just want to like travel and like
We
you
honestly
need to
should
start
have done
somewhere,
that
right?
though. We should have done that on the weekend where we just take a train over
Yeah, we
to New
really should
York.
have.
Oh, we should do that.
And also, this is like I'm so salty about this. You know, I was supposed to get my driver's license like a year ago, like for a whole year ago, like last January. I was supposed to get it, and then
Yeah.
like I'm like one of those people who just is never gonna get their license. And okay, and I kept trying to get it, and then this year, I was like, okay, spring break, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the test, and I'm gonna get my license. And then spring break was when like lockdown started.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what this is gonna happen. And I was like excited about that because then I could like drive where I want. I mean, like,
With a non-existent car, but yeah, you can try.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And no, I was planning on that too, like because I was planning on commuting sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have needed to get a car over the summer. But like obviously I can't do that.
Yeah.
On the bright side, I saved a few $1,000 from buying a car.
I mean, that's the bright side of being online is that we got some money back, but also
Yeah.
it's not the
It
education I
kind of
was looking
if we're on yeah, that's true. If we're online for fall though, like I was like really nervous about commuting, but if we're online for fall, at least that'll work out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna end it here because otherwise it would be way too long and I can hear a bug on my window and I can hear my death incoming slowly, very, very slowly. So we're gonna end it here. Thanks for listening if you're listening. Otherwise, it's just me and our friends listening. That was perfect grammar, yes. But this is it.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.